Hey everyone, welcome back. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little different. It's not a makeup tutorial, it's not like a haul or a tour or anything like that. It's just talking about something that's very personal and kind of was a struggle for me and for my husband Ivan. So many of you have reached out to me and asked me to make a video talking about my pregnancy journey and my struggle with infertility to get to where I am right now. And for a long time, I was pretty hesitant about it. I was like, I don't know. It's not that I didn't want to. I didn't know how to say what I wanted to say, I guess. It definitely has not been easy, and I definitely did not get pregnant overnight. At all, you guys. It's been a very, very long journey for me and for my husband Ivan. I'm currently 34 weeks pregnant now, so I'm almost due. It is almost time for little Milo to be here. So I just wanted to do this video and to be very real and very raw with you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking about the journey. Okay, so my husband Ivan and I have been together for almost 6 years and married for almost 5.5 years. We dated for 6 months and got married. We knew very, very quickly, almost immediately, that we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. And I'm so lucky to have him, you guys. He is like the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. He's my best friend. He's the love of my life. He's everything. He's the most supportive person that I've ever met, and I just feel so blessed to have him. So like I said, we got married very early on, which our family was kind of like, what are you guys doing? But now, after being together for almost 6 years, they definitely see why. And even when we first started dating, they saw why we were so in love and so quick to get married. And for those of you that don't know, I was in the Army. My husband Ivan is still in the military. He's in the Army, and we served together, and that's how we met. We were stationed in Fort Riley, Kansas for 3 years, and now we are here in Fort Bliss, Texas, which is in El Paso, which is actually where my husband is from. So it's nice to have family here and not just be alone. So that's really nice. So about a year after we got married, we were like, hey, let's try to have kids. I mean, that's usually what you do when you get married. You get married, you want kids with your husband or your wife. So we just tried, every month I would try to take a test, and it just came back negative every time. And at first, I was like, it's fine, it's whatever, the first 3 times. But, after 2 years, I was like, okay, what's going on? Something's not right. So, I had a feeling that it was going to be a little difficult for me to conceive, just because ever since I was young, I've never really ovulated right. It was never every month, and my progesterone levels were pretty low. So those were a couple reasons why I couldn't get pregnant, but it just ended up being a lot for me to handle. So I kind of always had an idea that maybe I might not be able to get pregnant. And then when Ivan and I went to see a doctor, it was kind of confirmed, yeah, probably won't be able to conceive. And then, so that was that. So we tried for years. And then we were like, hey, let's go to a fertility doctor. Let's go and, try to figure this out. So we went to a fertility kind of specialist, I guess you could say. And then they put us in these classes with other women and other couples that were having trouble, getting pregnant as well. And I felt so uncomfortable in those classes, just because I don't know, I felt very vulnerable, even though all of the other women in that class and all of the couples in that class, that they were going through the same thing. But the thing is, there is more to that than this is so hard for me to talk about. Okay, so I'm being so real with you guys right now. When I was younger, I had a tubal pregnancy, and it left me with only one fallopian tube, which this might be getting a little too personal. I'm feeling right now it's a little personal for me, so I'm feeling very vulnerable right now, guys, so just bear with me as I try to get through this. So I had a 2-week pregnancy when I was younger. I didn't even know I was pregnant. I had no idea because, like I said, doctors have told me for a long time, like, you're not gonna be able to get pregnant. So, you know, I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna get pregnant. So I was pregnant. The reason I knew I was pregnant is because I was hemorrhaging almost to death, and that was horrifying. I wasn't scared to like die, even though I really almost died. I was scared because my parents were so scared. And from that whole situation, I had to have surgery, blood transfusions. You know, I was sick for a while from that. And I know that if I wouldn't have gotten to the hospital at the time that I did, I probably wouldn't be here right now, guys. Honestly, it was so serious. Serious enough that it ruptured my left fallopian tube. So I don't have that tube at all. So I only have one fallopian tube. So I didn't produce the right amount of progesterone. I never ovulated the right way. And I didn't have a fallopian tube, which was like, you know, my chances of getting pregnant were super small. And then also my chances of getting pregnant and having a normal pregnancy, a safe pregnancy, were, you know, pretty small of a chance too, you know. And when I got pregnant this time, when Ivan and I realized, oh my God, we're pregnant, I was so excited, so happy. Like, that's all we've been wanting for like 5 years, is to start our family, you know. So it was hard because one of the first things I thought was, oh my God, is the baby in the right spot? Oh my God, what if the baby gets stuck in my tube again? Oh my God, you know. So I really didn't want to get excited about being pregnant right away, because I was like, what if it's like not a safe pregnancy? What if I lose the baby? It was very stressful. So there's that, and I apologize because I know this video is probably going to be all over the place and not make any sense half the time, but I'm just trying to be super real and raw and just talk about it as it comes to my head. Just, you know. So we pretty much were told here in El Paso, like, hey, it's not going to happen. We were like, okay, well, we're just not going to go through the fertility anymore. We're not going to do the classes. It was just very stressful, and we just wanted to, if it happened naturally, then it happened. Ivan is deploying in October of this year for like 9 months. So we were like, hey, after you get back from deployment, let's start the adoption process. There are so many kids out there that need a loving home. So we were like, heck yeah, let's do it, you know. And we were very excited about that. That was literally our plan for 2019 when he gets back from deployment. And it is so crazy, you guys, because as we like finally were like, okay, we're gonna do it next year, I got really sick, and I know my Snapchat fam is gonna remember this. So at the beginning of this year, 2018, I got very sick. Like, I had no idea what was wrong with me. I felt like I was dying, honestly. I was like, I guess this is it. I don't know. My body was just, it was horrible. I could not keep anything down. I was throwing up for months. I was in and out of the hospital. You guys probably don't even know this, some of you, but I was in and out of the hospital with IVs, and just no one could figure out what was wrong with me, because none of these doctors I was seeing even bothered to give me a pregnancy test, which to me is like, what? Even though I told them, like, I can't have kids, you know, I've been told I can't have kids, I feel like that their first like instinct should be, oh, she's pregnant. Like, because all of my symptoms, now that I look back on this whole situation of me being sick, I had almost every single symptom of being pregnant. So we were just like, what the heck? Like, these doctors, especially in the ER, as many times as I went there, they didn't like think to give me a pregnancy test. It was just crazy to me. I didn't think to take a pregnancy test because I've been told for so many years that it's not going to happen. So I've been disappointed and let down by so many pregnancy tests that were negative, that it was the last thing on my mind to think that I was pregnant. I had no idea. So one morning I woke up, it was January 30th of this year, and I was so sick still, and I had been sick for 2 months straight. 2 months. It was to the point now that Ivan was like, okay, we have got to figure out what's going on, because in my mom and my family, we just had no idea what the hell was going on. I woke up that morning, I had a doctor's appointment. It was like my 5th doctor's appointment in like a few weeks. It was insane. And my mom was like, Ashley, have you thought about taking a pregnancy test? I was like, Mom, why would I take a pregnancy test? Like, I am not pregnant. I would have been pregnant 5 years ago, you know, why would I be pregnant? And she was just like, oh my God, like, I'm just really like thinking about it now, and all of your symptoms like are related to like pregnancy. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go take this test, even though I knew, I was like, it's gonna be negative. I'll take the test to make my mom happy, you know. So she's like, we can rule that out. So I just happened to have a pregnancy test in my bathroom, and I just went in there. It was like, well, I don't even know. It was probably like 20 seconds after I hung up the phone with my mom. I like got out of bed, ran in here, and was like, let me just take this test so I can send her a picture that is negative, and then I can get ready to go to my appointment. I was feeling like hell too, by the way. Ivan didn't even go into work that morning. He was taking me to the doctor because we wanted to figure out what was going on. So guys, I kid you not. I kid you not. This is the craziest, most surreal moment of my life. I just got one of these pregnancy tests that I just happened to have probably from like years earlier. So I was just like surprised that it even worked anyway. And I was like, I'm just gonna pee on this little pregnancy test. So I know that every other pregnancy test that I've ever like peed on and taken, it takes a few minutes for it to like, you know, go through the little windows and say negative, right? So this test, I took it, and I kid you not, before I could even like set it down on the counter and look at it, it said pregnant. And I was like, okay, are these lines saying I'm pregnant? How can I be pregnant? I'm not pregnant. What the heck? Oh my God. Am I pregnant? You know, I was like in shock, just sitting there, just like thinking to myself, just staring at it on the sink. And then I was like, Ivan, oh my God, Ivan, come here. Oh my God, babe, I'm pregnant. And he was like, okay, like whatever, like why are you messing with me? Like, let's go. And I'm like, babe, I swear to God. And he was like, oh my God. And like, he looked at the test, and we were both like, is this pregnant? So I like got the box out, you know, from the test and read it, and it said pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I have been so sick. Why have I been throwing up every day? Now we know. Like I said, we were over the moon, crying our eyes out, hugging, kissing, calling our family members. Like, our parents just like lost it, so excited. Everyone was so happy. Sorry about that. Libby was scratching at the door, so I had to get up and let her out. She is so funny. She like wants in, then out, then in, then out. And I have to keep the door to my studio shut because it just picks up all the noise my microphone does. So anyways, if you guys couldn't tell, I did get a new microphone. Finally. Ooh, it took us so long to find one, but hopefully you guys are hearing me loud and clear now. Okay, so back to us finding out that I am pregnant. So we got very excited, obviously. We were like in shock, but in a good way. And so I had that appointment like right after that, you know, pregnancy test, because, you know, I've been super sick. And so I go in and see the doctor, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, what? Because I was so excited, I just couldn't keep it in. I was like, yeah, I took a test, I'm pregnant. Like, I just kept saying that, and she's like, okay, calm down. It was so funny. And Ivan was like, yeah, we're pregnant, you know. We were so excited. So we did a test there, and the pregnancy test came back positive, and we were like, oh my God, you know, it's real, you know. So I went and got blood work done, because like I said, I had that tubal pregnancy before, so I was worried, like, ooh, did the baby make it through my fallopian tube, you know, to where he should be, like in my uterus. So we were waiting on the blood test result, and if you have an ectopic pregnancy, like a tubal pregnancy, your hormone levels when you're pregnant, they're very low. They're not where they should be. So I was just like biting my fingernails, like, oh my God, like I just want to get this blood test back. But of course it like was gonna take a few days. So when we got the blood test back, I was like 10 weeks pregnant. 2.5 months pregnant already, and the doctor was like, I wouldn't even worry about the tubal pregnancy because my hormone levels were so normal. They're actually kind of high for being as far along as I was, that for a long time we were pretty much told that we were having twins. So we were like, oh my God, double trouble, you know. So excited, but we're like, holy crap, we were like so excited with one, now we're gonna have two, like, oh my god, so exciting, right? So I finally go in to see my OBGYN, because the doctor I had seen that confirmed the test and did the blood results was just like my normal doctor, family medicine doctor, you know, that you go see if you have a cold or something like that. So yeah, I saw my OBGYN, they did blood tests, they did the urine pregnancy test, and yep, was pregnant. So I was like freaking out. I just wanted to get the first ultrasound done. I'm like, can we just get the ultrasound done? I just want to see where the baby is, just to make sure the baby made it to like my uterus, you know. So we did the first ultrasound, and there was little Milo kicking up a storm. My doctor was like, oh my gosh, your baby is like very active. Like, now I see why you are so sick. And I have this condition, being pregnant. I forget how the heck to pronounce it. I'll like put it up here on the screen somewhere so you guys can see it. But it's extreme morning sickness. So I pretty much was like out for a long time. I'm sure some of you remember me not posting that much because I was just like, I thought I was dying, you know? But then they put me on diclegis, which is for severe morning sickness, and I started to feel so much better. Now, I did throw up still after that. You know, I'm still very nauseous a lot, but that medicine, whew, helped so much. I still have to take that sometimes, the diclegis, for my morning sickness, because it gets so bad. But it's gonna be so worth it when little Milo is here. That's kind of like how it all happened with my pregnancy. Now, I know a lot of you asked me, what did you guys do to get pregnant? Did you do anything special? Did you do any fertility treatments? Like, what did you do? And my answer to that is we just stopped trying. I should say we didn't stop trying. We weren't thinking about it anymore. We weren't like putting so much pressure on each other, like, oh my god, let's have a kid, you know, and then take the test every month and be sad and disappointed. We're like, if it happens, it happens. If not, we can adopt. Even if it happens, I mean, which it has, I'm pregnant now, we still might adopt in the future. So I didn't do any special kind of check. And I know people used to tell me all the time, and this would kind of like upset me, because I was like, okay, well, that's easy for you to say, but so many people would say, when you stop trying, it happens. And I'm like, well, you have kids already, like, you know, so it's easy for you to say that to someone who is struggling to get pregnant. But now, after, you know, not really trying and then it happening to me, which I honestly, I was like, I'm probably gonna be like, that just never conceives. I was like accepting of that, because it just didn't happen, and it was like so many years, you know. And also, I swear, my friends could sneeze, or their husband could sneeze, and bam, they were pregnant. And that was like so exciting for them. I was always so happy for, you know, any of my friends or family who were, you know, expecting babies. But it was just kind of like, why me? Why can't I? And I didn't feel sorry for myself. I did not feel sorry for myself. I was just angry and confused. Like, did I do something? Like, why, what the hell, you know? I just didn't understand it. And I just knew, like, now I know that it wasn't the right time when we were trying. There's always a perfect time for it, and when it is meant to be, it will be. And even if you can't conceive, because I know there's some of you out there that are struggling, you know, with infertility as well. There are so many kids out there who need a loving home, that need to be adopted, you know? And that's just how I looked at it. My mom would always say to me, you know, just because you aren't able to conceive doesn't mean you can't be a mom. There's a kid out there, there's a child out there that needs you. And I always just thought, yeah, you know what, you're right. But now I am pregnant, and we're so excited. And you guys probably have already seen by now the nursery tour. We had so much fun decorating it, but if not, I'll link that video down below for you guys if you want to watch it too. And I just want to clarify this. I just want to like let you guys know that Ivan did not see me any differently, that, you know, I wasn't able to conceive. He is so supportive, and he was like, I love you either way. If we can't have kids, that is totally fine. And then we got pregnant. He was like, I was totally happy and completely like in love with you, just knowing we couldn't have kids, and that was fine with me. So he has never like been like thought of me any different, or like loved me less, or thought about like leaving me or anything at all. He's so supportive, guys. I'm telling you what, he is like the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. He's my rock, he's my everything. So he had always had my back and was like, hey, if it doesn't happen, we can adopt. That is fine. Like, we have a great life together. We're in love and we're best friends, and not being able to have a kid wasn't going to change that. So that's pretty much my experience with infertility and my pregnancy journey so far. I'm having a very healthy pregnancy, and I'm just so blessed, and I thank God for that, because I was very nervous that it might be complicated because, you know, of my past pregnancy. So yeah, this is just a little bit more about me, and I know a lot of you have asked for me to speak out about it, and so I definitely wanted to, and I hope that in some way, somehow, I've been able to help any of you out there struggling with infertility, because I know it's not easy, and just know that you are not alone. This is a very common thing. So many women struggle to get pregnant, and you are not alone. And I don't care what time of day it is, if you guys want to talk to me, send me a message, send me an email, let me know. I would love to talk to you guys, and I'm always here for you, because I know that when you're going through this, you need someone who's experienced it or who has experienced it to talk to, because it can be very uncomfortable to talk to, you know, anybody about it, but especially it's easier, I think, to talk to someone about it who's been through, you know, this before. So again, I love you guys so much, and I am very, very surprised I didn't cry through this video. That is a little bit more, I guess, about me and my journey, and I am so happy to have you guys as friends, and I'm so excited to continue like this journey with you guys, and I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!